Hey there, and welcome in to this reading. So, what I've been doing, I just came back from a little break. Before this, I did pull a couple of messages for water signs and for fire signs, and I'm back to finish up with earth signs and air signs. And what's interesting is, before I sat down to do these readings, I did my little Pandora shuffle where I put all my playlists on shuffle, see what comes out, and interpret the energies of the songs to sort of get a better feel for the energies that might come out in the cards. I'm a very audio, audio visual, I guess you could say, but I'm a very music-based person. I get a lot of my intuitive hits from listening to music and the words and songs, and so I did that for all the signs, and I got a specific song for earth signs, which I'll go through in a second. But before I sat down to do this reading, this is the second time that Wild Things by Alessia Cara popped into my head. And so that feels like a very strong energy that earth signs need to sort of listen to, adopt, be sitting in. Okay, so the part that's sticking out to me is we will we will find our place into time and space. We will find our way, or we'll make a way. Hide your face, don't you hide your face, let it shine. Okay, so that's a message for somebody. Okay, maybe a prophet. But there's other sort of almost social justice energies in that song that are coming out that want to be spoken about again. Okay? But that's not the song that came out for this particular energy. Okay, it's just, let's just say it's a background one that wanted to add in and be spoken about. But it does tie to the song that did come out, which is The Idea of Happiness by Van Shee. What's your idea of happiness in your life? And what I got from that is the number 33 is very significant to you. The time 1224 or the angel number 1224 is one that you might want to look up. Okay, you might be in a period of reflection upon your motivations, your inspirations, and just taking your time looking at those things. Okay, what I get from the song though is this funky, sort of fun, self-love, acceptance of the quirks that you have energy. And the word or the title Emperor's New Groove sort of came in, so it's like you are the emperor stepping into your new groove. And I don't know if you remember that animated series, but there's a sort of emperor energy, right? Almost Leo, fire sign energy that you're adopting or that you're being encouraged to sit in, where nobody's going to knock you off your groove. Nobody's going to knock you off your high horse because you're feeling good, you're feeling funky, you're feeling fun. What is the words? So I wrote down lyrics here, but they're so small I can't remember. Oh, so it's all these things, all these thoughts will make you feel king. So lay me down, down. So there's a part in the song that sort of breaks down into a bridge, I guess you'd call it, and the part that jumped out to me is all these thoughts will make you feel king. So there's something about your thoughts keeping you in this emperor energy, keeping you in this uplifted, I'm on my game, I'm in my shit type of energy. Okay, so that's cool. At least that's the energies that want to come out in that song. So let's see, without further ado, let's get into the cards, get a little bit more of specific background for whatever earth signs might be coming across this, what situations you're facing in terms of the energies, and then we'll also just close it out to see, in terms of crystals, what crystals you can use to help support you in these energies, to help balance out any energy centers that might be out of balance, and just to approach whatever situations this is, or these are, rather, with grace, right? but what I was feeling is actually like a very hopeful, exciting energy from that song. So the idea of happiness, maybe it's even just you're pondering what the idea of happiness to you means. Peace could mean peace, could mean hope. 13:13 on the timer. So yeah, I do have a timer going just so that I stay honest. Well, let's just get for the earth sign, for this, whoever might come across this video, the strongest energies, situations we need to look at. Okay? That didn't come out. I'll take whatever comes. Thank you. 2 more. Are these both? Okay. So we have 4. Oh man. Let's see. We have inspiration, upheaval in reverse, satisfaction in reverse, and guardianship. I want to do this. Inspiration, yeah, so like I was saying, there's like you might be sitting in this funky, almost groovy, sort of going with the flow type energy where you're, like I said, questioning your motivations, questioning your inspirations, and not questioning in a bad way, just seeing if maybe you can realign or readjust, or if there's things that you can do to keep you in this inspired, groovy energy, okay? And what I get from this is with upheaval in reverse, this bird is kind of scary. I mean, it's a vulture, right? Vultures clean up waste. And the asphodel, which I don't remember. I remember reading the card. I don't remember all of the specifics, but there's something having to do with ending of cycles and death, and that the asphodel represents. But what I get from it being in reverse is this inspired energy that you're in has prevented an upheaval, or can prevent upheaval, can smooth over and soothe where you weren't feeling satisfied. So what's really strange is, okay, the vulture is the only card on the table right now that is a bird, right, that has the ability to fly above a situation, let's say. What I get from this is, even though it's the wolf, okay, so it's like a familial, ancestral guardianship and protection. So what I'm getting is that you're in this Emperor's New Groove energy. You're in this new light, this new inspired flame within you. And there's something about it that's keeping you above all of the other things that could potentially keep you down, like dissatisfaction with satisfaction in reverse, like having to remain in your shell and be closed away for your protection, okay? Like having to go through hoops to avoid upheaval. It feels like all of that is noise or static, because you found yourself in an energy or an attitude, and these energies are transient, right? So this might just be for today because of the alignment of the stars. But what I'm really getting is it's more of a shift that you've taken internally, that you're a transformation that you're allowing to happen internally, that the energy itself, its frequency is so high, it vibrates so high that you're almost untouchable to these lower vibrational energies. You float above it, you have nothing to do with it. Okay, what I get is it's not so much you float above it, it's more like you're cloaked from it. And that cloak, whatever that energetic covering is, feels like darkness. It feels like it's cloaking you in a shadow so that you go on unnoticed. You go on to be almost invisible to your enemies. And what I get from this is, I just got it right now, is there are sort of two powerful spiritual forces at play here. There's something about your ancestors and them protecting you with ferocity, them guarding over you spiritually and energetically. But there's something about the number 2. It might be 2 ancestors, it might be 2 bloodlines. It might be an ancestor that you're actually connected to, but maybe it might be a guide, a spiritual guide, an ascended master. I'm getting Jesus. the, Ra. I don't know. There might be some other force that's cloaking your energy in such a way that it filters through the love, it filters through the light, it filters through the healing. But to everybody who might be trying to harm you or might be trying to do wrong against you, it's like you're not even there. It's like you're invisible, you're unseen. And I've heard this a while ago and it inspired me to hear it. But the word inspiration quite literally means to have spirit within you. If you take an inspired action, it's because something inside of you generated enough current, electricity, energy for you to then put it into action. And often those inspirations come from spirit, come from the spirit realm. Sorry, I'm trying to center the card. Come from a divine insight, a divine motivation. Okay? Really, really interesting here. And what's interesting as well is you might have been sitting in this dissatisfied energy. You might have been tucked away in your shell for a long time, but with this coming in reverse, with satisfaction coming in reverse, it feels like what I'm getting from this is the similarity in the patterning. You almost have to, you're almost pretending like you're still in this energy so that you can go on cloaked, go on undetected. It almost feels like, I know it says salamander, but it almost feels like chameleon, like you adopted this shell, this pattern, so that you wouldn't call attention to yourself until you are ready to, I don't know, something about exposing this inspiration, sharing this inspiration. But there's also something about being protected from upheaval, being protected from being unsatisfied, and having like fierce guardians at your back. And not in a bad way, at your back, like to support you and protect you. Okay? So that's interesting. Yeah, with rose hip here, rose hips are really astringent, right? But they're also very nourishing. In the dead of winter, there's no other food for little furry animals, mammals. I don't know why I'm getting stuck on that. But rose hips are a food source, are a source of nourishment, but also a source of cleansing. So it feels like this cloaking that you have from your divine beneficial ancestors or from some holier energy is cloaking you so that you go unseen by your enemies, but also to heal and nourish you in some way. Because this inspiration that you're being filled with you're quite literally being filled with spirit, so that in the darkness you can still have those glimmers of light. You can be the light in the darkness, so that you have the fortitude, you have the strength, you are filled with enough spirit to go out and inspire other people and share that energy. But what I was getting from, you had to sort of sit in this unsatisfactory energy to cloak yourself in the darkness so that you wouldn't go noticed, so that you could understand and learn firsthand what these situations felt like, what the experience was like, so that you had that experience and you could speak to it with empathy rather than with sympathy. 4:24 on the clock when I just looked right now. Okay? So this is a big message for somebody. You have multiple, I just got celestial. You have multiple celestial, cosmic, spiritual guides and protectors, guardians, who are helping you through this inspiration, inspiring, motivating, getting into your groove, good funk energy. It's very interesting because there's a certain playfulness to it. There's like a certain, I just got the idea of like a child playpen that keeps them safe so that they can explore and do whatever they want in that space, but also, keeps them away from the hot stove. It's like you're being given that, or you're being given that. You're being surrounded in that way. Crystals to help with this energy, even though it's not a bad energy. Wow, what the frick? That's crazy. Bloodstone for the 3rd time today. Bloodstone is very important for somebody. And like I said, you're being covered. I just get Jesus from this. And I don't mean to put religious overtones, but this is the 3rd time that that's come out. And that's what I'm getting from it in this particular energy for somebody. Yeah, and the way that card just popped, maybe you need to investigate that more and go deeper. Oh, look at that. Why did that stop? Wait, what the heck is going on? That's so weird. Okay. Wait, what the heck is going on? Am I live still? That's so weird. Okay. It just made it look like my live. Wait, what the heck is going on? Am I live still? That's so weird. Okay. Something is going on. I'm being interfered with. Maybe the app is just being crazy.